these guys are going to be little suicide people. But Microsoft, I didn't watch the conference, so correct me if I'm wrong on any of this stuff, because I probably am, but from what Microsoft really kind of, it's hard for them to do a conference, just because they don't really have any new systems coming out. Last year, they could focus a lot on Kinect more. It was more acceptable for them to focus on Kinect, because that's what they were bashed a lot for, that it was just stupid things like that. But I think what people need to realize is that Microsoft actually didn't, it's not like they're not appealing to the hardcore gamer anymore. It's just that they're trying to create more of an entertainment system more than they are like, they're trying to create, yeah, it's more of an entertainment system for them. They always want you to be on that Xbox. They don't want you to ever, they want you watching Netflix, then they want it to be on the Xbox. They don't want it to be on your PS3. They don't want it to be on your computer. They want to make Xbox into a system that has something for everyone, which is a good idea. It's almost appealing to the same, wow, there's FIFA's right here. I'm running into walls. But they're really appealing to everyone per se, which is why a lot of the hardcore gamers who watch E3 were generally not as impressed with Microsoft's conference, just because it was heavy on things like Kinect, which people say that its motion controls are kind of a failure, but I think that they've proven to be. Sorry.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't harm metal, but charging with your horns.
Oh my god. I said sorry, even though he says something that we've heard about 22 times. There's no one else here? Alright. So, I really think that, even though people say that motion controls are somewhat gimmicky... Did I hit this? Yes, I did. And that will destroy that right there. Which has a lot of gems. I think that a lot of people just... Motion controls might be a gimmick, but it's a pretty darn good gimmick, because Kinect sold incredibly fast. I mean, look at the success of Wii. I mean, Microsoft is on a good track. I feel like they don't really have anything to do right now, just because they're not really interested in the handheld market, which is kind of coming into its next generation here. And really, they're not ready to move into the next console yet, but honestly, I think that Microsoft should. I think that at next year's E3, we might be seeing something new from Microsoft, because, you know, when you look at it, it's really, the time for a new console generation comes when developers will really push the systems to their limit. And if you look at Wii, that definitely happened, because, well, come on, that one I don't even really need to say, but Xbox, I think, has also been, to a point, tapped by third-party publishers and developers. Really, they can't really do that much more with Xbox 360. I mean, if you look at some games are even starting to come on multiple discs now. If you look at LA Noire, I think that's 3 discs for Xbox, and it's still only 1 disc for PS3. That's why I think Sony's going to be the last one to go in to keep on going in the next console market, into the next console generation, just because really third-party developers still can't really figure out what they're doing with that PS3.
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
Fine, I will. But still, I don't think that third-party developers have really used the system all the way to their the maximum potential. And you're gonna want to watch out for these crows right here. They can be devastating. They're sneaky. But we're in good shape right now, actually, with Clifftown. But so that's why I think that Microsoft really didn't have much to do this year. Of the games that were announced, the Sesame Street one, it's a Sesame Street game. Like, you know, it's gonna be awesome. And I forget what publisher it's made by, but they're just like a generally really good publisher or developer. Why do I keep on saying publisher? It's developer. Blech. You're stupid. You're stupid crow. So I really think that Microsoft, I don't think that they did bad, but honestly, there's not much that they really could do. I think that it's too early for them to move into the next console like Nintendo did, but they can't go too late, because it's just about the right time. That if E3 had happened maybe 6 months later, it might be time for that, just because I really feel like it's going to need some more power soon, with the technology getting as good as it is, like LA Noir's technology. With it coming on 3 discs, that's a little bit ridiculous. I think that really shows that the Xbox has almost been tapped out. All its resources have been used to the fullest in games like that.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind there.
I would use that whirlwind too. Now I'm going to go to the spot where I always forget the gems. Before I go to anywhere else, you want to come over here, and you're going to want to fly right over to here. This is where those few gems are. I think that there's purple. Yeah. That's where the ones are that get everybody. Jeez, we still got 100 gems. I know that I forgot to hit a few pots anyways along the way, like a lot of them, so. Yep, we'll see it like that. And now you have a handy whirlwind right over here that can get you back up. And there's a ton of stuff that you can do. Fly to from up here. Like right here. And you can get a ton of gems up here. It's an easy 20. And so I think that Microsoft did well. Dance Central 2 looks amazing for somebody like me who loves that game. Maybe I would post some videos of that just for fun. Probably wouldn't, but yeah. So I think Microsoft did good. I would give them a solid like 7 out of 10, which is pretty average. They had a good press conference. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't terrible as some people tried to make it out. Sorry, I know that this really isn't related to Spyro, but I figure it's better than like awkward commentary, you know? This is probably still awkward, but it's not as awkward as my other commentaries where I'm like, and then we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna do this, and I'm like just explaining what's happening on the screen, but you can obviously see it. Did I hit this one? No, I did not. That would have been the one gem that I was missing. Let's go back up the whirlwind. There's still some other stuff that we can do. Let's try and fly over there. Now moving on to Nintendo. As you guys know, hopefully know, Nintendo's press conference was pretty heavily focused more on their 3DS, and then at the end they did announce the Wii U. And Wii U, personally, I'll start off with that. I'm really not sold on Wii U yet, but I don't see how you really could be. I don't think that until you hold the controller you really could be, just because you need to know how the thing feels, and according to reports it's very light, but I don't trust that stuff that much. But obviously it's good that it hopefully will be just about maybe even more powerful than current systems, which, even though it's a next-gen console, so you would obviously expect that it can compete with last-gen. People who say that it's like, oh, they finally made a current generation console. No, that's actually completely terminologically wrong. Just because, really, no matter what, they can make like a piece of crap on a stick, and it would still be considered a next generation console. But I think it is an interesting idea. Nintendo's always trying to do that with innovation, but it really shows that they're more about the gameplay. They're not about making their system into a multimedia thing. It's all about games, and it's interesting. I think that they're opting to stay with DVDs, which is interesting to say the least, but yeah, oh hey, we got all of them. So that's going to be it for Clifftown, so that's pretty cool. So I think that Nintendo's Wii U, it's a good concept, but we just need to see more of it yet. I don't think that anyone can make huge judgments on it. Apparently, from what I've seen, Skyward Sword looks super incredible on it. Definitely considering that, but the concern is that there are a lot of ports right now. That's all we really know of. We know of like the Ghost Recon, late ports, Battlefield, Darksiders 2, and that's what Nintendo needs to avoid. They need to get the third-party software this time. They can't just rely on their first-party titles, because eventually Mario and Zelda are going to get boring. I'm not sure even how true that is, but you have to admit that they can't just rely on their first-party titles this year. They need to give third-party developers an incentive to publish on their system, because that's what we really faced. It was amazing to start, but they had nothing really past there. A couple of good third-party titles, but most of them were first-party titles. Mario, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Twilight Princess, Wii Sports. Wii Sports is the most played game, and you would say, well, duh, it comes with the system, but still. There should be... You can't deny that Nintendo really needs better third-party support, because you were left with a lot of lackluster titles on the Wii,